Hello everybody, I got a chance recently to play test the Korean beta of Lost Ark, and I want to start off by saying this game is, in my opinion, absolutely amazing. This is like the best, this is the kind of game that I want to play. Hopefully it turns out good in the end, but a lot of people have been comparing it to Diablo, and where it looks a lot like Diablo, feels similar to Diablo. I would say it's pretty different, just because of the way the attacks move, the attacks feel, and the way that the world is set up. Because it's an MMO, so you can see all the other players, no matter if you're in a group or not, and it's on servers. It reminds me a lot of Black Desert. If you ever played Black Desert, it plays and feels very similar to Black Desert, except for the gearing system. I have not completely figured out how that works, but it seems like it works kind of like items drop and you put them on, and it's kind of like Guild Wars, I'd say. So the quest line is very linear. There's a main quest line you can see, like this is the main quest line. It's a gold icon. All the side quests will be like silver. So there's a linear main quest that goes through the whole game, and then the side quests as you go along. Here, I'll show you the map. So this is the map of like the zone that I'm in right now, and there's lots of different zones. So I started like over here, explored into here, and now I'm here, and I'll finish up over here. And that's, I think there's a bigger map. I'm not sure how to get to it, but the combat style, it does not feel like Diablo. It feels a lot more along the lines of Black Desert, like I said before. I'll show you a little bit of the combat. So in terms of PvE, you have lots of AoE abilities. It depends on your class. I tried to spec into range a little bit. So you can see my cooldowns here in the bottom left and all the buttons that I press to use them. See if we can find some more. So I'll use my other ones now. So here's some more ranged abilities. I have a dash on my E, and every class has another dash on their space bar. So if you're into PvP, just an example of some of the, like, how the game works is, we have this ability here, which is an underkick and into attack, and that knocks them in the air, as you can see. And if you hit him with this move right afterwards, it does double damage against airborne targets. So that's something you can do for PvP. And your abilities can change. Basically, you can spec into different abilities. I'll show you that in a second. So your abilities can be spec'd into different things. So as you level up, you gain points, which you have here. You get 5 per level, and you can put the points into your different skills. So say I want to put some points into this ranged attack. Since the higher level it is, the more points it takes. So you can see this one takes quite a few points, but if this level 1, if I put a point in this one, it only takes 1 point. But the more I put in, the more points it takes per level. And the higher level the skill is, you have different columns for unlocking perks. So the more points you put in, say for example this right here, I have it at level 4, so that means I have unlocked these perks, and I get to choose one of them. Now if I put more points into it, eventually when I get to level 7, like this one, it unlocks the next row, and you can put in the next, you can select from the next row of perks as well. So for example on this one, this ability that I have that I'm showing you is this ability here. And what I have spec'd into is it increases the range by 4 meters, pretty much doubles the range. And this one makes it so that it does less damage, but it penetrates through enemies. So that's kind of how the combat system works. So if you're into like open world RPG, this could be fun, but like I mentioned, like this is the map. It's not very impressive. It's not very open and free. It's very linear. It's a very linear game. I mean, there is exploration, but you're gonna explore where everybody else has already explored. And there also is a gathering system, in case you're interested in knowing about that. I'm not sure exactly how it works. So yeah, it's a very good storyline, I think. It plays, looks a lot like Black Desert to me, except for the gear. Seems a lot more like Guild Wars 2. I like the combat style. It's not as smooth it's not as smooth as Diablo or as fleshed out as Black Desert, but it's a happy middle that has good depth and customization. The questline is good. So the last thing I want to say is, if you're interested in playing the Korean beta before it comes out in the Americas or EU, it's pretty complicated. It may take about a day to set up, and it's not free. But if you guys are interested in knowing how, I can help. But just message me on YouTube, and I will see if I can help you out if you really want to get into it. But you do have to be careful, because the Korean servers are being authenticated often, because a lot of Chinese players and NA players and EU players are using VPNs to get into the game server, which is what I'm doing, and they don't want, they basically don't want that to happen. I don't know why, but it makes things really complicated if you want to keep a stable account. So, but if you've got time on your hands and you really want to do it, then you can. This is an elite, by the way. See the little purple icon, and they do hurt. This game is hard. I'm only level 23, and it started getting fairly hard. So, anyway, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe.